Hey everybody, Jesse from Radical Metal wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. I'm recording this Thanksgiving morning with my coffee and my cool hat. A cool hat that reminds me of 1960s military, maybe communist military. I don't know. So I wanted to wish a happy Thanksgiving, talk about what I'm grateful for. First, what about gratitude, huh? I mean, how cool is gratitude? Sounds like I'm making fun, but I'm not. I think gratitude is just such an important and powerful s- sentiment, feeling um, that's very powerful. It is a portal, I think, to changing your life, honestly. Um, if you think like I do, where how you feel is what you bring in. I know that's kind of hokey pokey stuff, but I believe all that stuff. How you vibrate is what you attract. Yeah, I said it. Um, I think it's real. And so I think when you're truly feeling gratitude, like, oh my gosh, I'm just so thankful about this or that or all of the above, you're bringing in, you're just bringing in more stuff. Um, like I said, it's like opening up a portal and you're bringing in more stuff really to feel grateful about. In that sense, it's very powerful. And I think that's a really cool thing about Thanksgiving, or maybe a cool thing about Thanksgiving that I didn't really piece together in the past. So I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but that's how I feel. I'm extremely grateful right now. I'm like so grateful for this channel. I'm so grateful for um, friends and the support I've had. I'm grateful, like just recently, Jake Fox sending that stuff uh, for my little studio here. It's really fun. I've been grateful for these hats and just an opportunity to make them. Even though, as you may know, had some maybe not so grateful moments in that journey. And that's an interesting thing too. It's like we always say on this channel, clarity comes through engagement. It's one of our principles from the great Alan Watts. Um, and I certainly got clear on a lot of stuff with this. Like, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm grateful for clarity and I'm grateful for the journey of clarity coming to me through engagement. I'll just use this because it was a recent example, but if there's a sensitive topic, I learned maybe don't try to engage engage and get clarity publicly. Maybe you should engage and get clarity privately. You know, we went from seeing if anyone was interested in these to 10% to charity to now 100% of profits going to Let There Be Rock. And that the clarity was like understanding, like, well, what's giving me bliss? What's giving me joy? The joy is the making of the hats. It's the joy is taking it out of the machine and seeing a perfect stitch and how it's like it blows my mind every time. The joy is getting them ready, writing a thank you note, putting them in a box. The joy is figuring out how to save on shipping. The joy is people being so grateful and then posting their pictures. The joy is the sharing of Brent Hines stories. The joy was never making money. Um, and I'm not trying to get like bitter or anything like about that, but like that took some iterations um, and some unfortunate things publicly to get to what's real, what's the bliss here, and that's the thing this channel is kind of getting clarity on. That I'm grateful for is that this channel is more less about like politics and stuff these days, and more about how people pursuing their bliss, people pursuing their joy, people pursuing the things that they're grateful for. Um, and that's really like, oh man, I just like love that so much. Um, so where was I going with that? So I did want part of this to be an advertisement for these hats because I think to give 100% to Let There Be Rock is just so much fun. So if you want to get these, DM me, hit me up on Jesse at radicalmetal.com, and then the hats and whatnot. We'll talk about whatever color variation you want. And like I said, 100, I take shipping out, and then 100% of what's left over um, goes to Let There Be Rock. Anyway, so gratitude. Another thing I learned through all this that I'm grateful for is there's if you can't feel grateful, I think it's not easy to all the time, right? I mean, clearly I've demonstrated this recently, but there's levels, right? You don't have to go, say you're in despair. You It's kind of hard to ask someone to go from despair to gratitude. But maybe if you're in despair, maybe you can go to like next levels up. If you're in despair, maybe you go for anger. And I know anger sounds like, why would you want to be angry? But isn't angry better than despair? Um, and isn't that maybe a better vibration that you want to emit than despair? Especially if you believe that what you're emitting is what you're getting, what you're believing is what you're receiving. Don't you want to go from in the pit of despair to something that may be a little bit better, which I would argue anger could be one? Then maybe if you're angry, maybe trying to go from anger to frustration? Isn't frustration a little bit better than anger? So these are things that I've been thinking about, um, that I've been doing. This is me. This channel was also bring your testimony to the table, bring dignity to the discourse. Testimony to the table, I'm sharing my experience. Recently, I've had to go from somewhat of a despair to an anger to a frustration to get back to gratitude. And I think that's okay. I think that's part of like the lesson is when you can't go straight to gratitude, grab something that's at least the next level in the right direction. Try not to go in the opposite direction. Um, so that's something I've been thinking about that I thought I'd share on this Thanksgiving Day. So what else am I grateful for? Grateful for friends that I haven't even met yet, Facebook friends, new friends through this journey that's been just wicked awesome. Friends that, old friends that make fun of me. You know who you are. Make fun of me for picking fights with fan pages. I think I cherish them. Fans that make fun of me for Bitcoin. Did I say fans? I meant friends. So new and old friends. I'm grateful for my freaking family. As you guys have seen, my daughter, I just think she's like just like such a joy to watch, and who's so silly and funny. I think she's hilarious. I'm so grateful for her. I'm grateful for my wife, so supportive. And so she's like the calm voice in the house, and the rock solid force, the unselfish and patient energy. Um, that's such a great guidepost for me, who I just cherish and adore. All that stuff. Extended family, who we're going to see today. So all that family stuff, super grateful for. Grateful for this channel. Grateful for Simon. I mean, this really has gotten to a place where it's truly quite interesting to watch. Um, kind of watch as a witness, observing ourselves do what we're doing here and see where it goes. Um, and I think as man, I'm just excited about it, and I just think there's going to be great things in our future, hopefully with great themes and great guests. And I think I'm grateful for Atlanta. Man, I love you guys. I love you. I love the folks of Atlanta. What an amazing group of heavy rockers, heavy metal, talented and loving people. They've been such a great example to me. I always say my head's in Virginia, my heart's in Atlanta. So grateful for the guests that have come on the show, um, and the guests that are coming on the show. We'll do a recap of 2025 soon here, which, it was a big one. 2025 has been a big one. Grateful for the year. Um, Man, just so much. All the great music. Palaces. What a blessing to know those guys. Just because how cool they are, their friendship, but just how great the music is. Isn't that isn't that fortunate? That you know your family of friends that you cherish so much uh, is also talented. Tim Jones, Andrew Span, um, Yosemite and Black. You know, all these talented and really wonderful people um, down in Atlanta. So thankful for you guys. I'm probably forgetting a ton of stuff, but man, I'm feeling happy. I just feel great, and I think it's due to all those things I've mentioned. Remember, if it's hard for you to feel grateful today, just go for the next best thing and try to get there first, and make your way back to gratitude. Once you get to gratitude, man, it is quite great. Grateful for reconciliation. You know who you are. Um, that's been very fortunate and fun recently. Grateful for employment. A lot of folks don't have jobs, especially in my area of the world, where you can get doged in the government area, DC area. So I'm very fortunate to have my day job. Grateful for my embroidery machine. It's been so much fun. I'm just so glad I got it. Anyway, I think with that, we'll let you go. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you eat as much as you can bear. Hope it's good. I bet it will be. And think about those who are alone today. Um, um, so remember those who maybe at the lower end of that spectrum, but the lower end of that spectrum where they're trying to find gratitude that maybe need a couple baby steps in between. So we'll remember them and try to help them, give them a hand. Maybe you'll be that hand that enables them to get to the next stage, out of despair, out of anger, out of frustration. How about we end with that, huh? All right. Have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye bye.